What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. I wanted to get into a little bit of the results from last week on boxing and then UFC 302, I want to say, from last week. I had a good week. The ones I went out on a limb on, them the ones that actually lost the fight. For UFC, I want to say I went 4-1 for UFC, and then I went 5-1 in boxing. So, or was it two? I think it was two at UFC. No, it was one. It was one. 4-2 in boxing. That's what it was because I want to say the first, maybe the second fight, the one that was a title fight between Ball and Ford. It was for Ford's title. I went for Ford that fight, but he ended up losing to the dude. I wasn't too sure on his last name Ball. I can't remember what division they in. It's like maybe 130 something, 134 or 140 or something like that. But they comparing Ball to like Isaac Cruz. He'd be loading up on his punches, got short arms. Little stocky motherfucker could take an ass whooping, but he ended up pulling off the win. So I lost that one. As the card went on, what's my boy Dimitri Bivol. His fight it went a couple rounds. I want to say it went to at least 5 or 6. That knockout. The round prior to they get the arguing and shit. Yeah, they get the arguing Bivol and O'Dude was up in his face like talking crazy or whatever. And I think Bivol he said, "Hey, like I don't want to quote him, don't quote me, but I think he's from Russia." And Bivol, um, I don't think he take disrespect too well because that next round he came out there and whooped Buddy ass, made him fucking quit. So that was he got his ass whooped by TKO. I can't remember who the co-main event was, but the main event is what I really want to talk about: Deontay Wilder versus Big Bang Yang. One of the most embarrassing fights I've seen in my life, man. Um, this is why I've lost. I lost the main event because I told myself I'm going with Big Bang Yang, but me on the other side, I'm like, you know what? I've been supporting Wilder since day one. I've been hoping that he can bounce back off certain ass whoopers he done took, but he just couldn't get it done, man. I want to say this went to round. It was only a cut. It might have been, was it 4 or 5 rounds? Maybe. I don't even think it was that many rounds. Maybe it was. Maybe it was about 4 or 5 rounds. I don't think so though. But anyways, the fight started off how I thought. Wilder was not pressuring Big Man Yang. He was letting him walk him down and just trying to um, duck from the punches at times. But he was running into everything else. He would not throw that right hand. I don't know what that man seen when he did this ayahuasca shit. Now I got to do my research because next year I plan on doing the ayahuasca trip and all that stuff. But now I'm a little concerned because Aaron Rodgers came out this shit weird, and now Deontay Wilder. This nigga just, I don't know, man. It's just like he's off. I don't know if it might have been from the ass whoopings. He has taken a lot of punishment when he fought Fury them 2 times that he ended up getting knocked out back to back, man. That ain't never too good on nobody. Your skull not made like it's not made to be punched all upside your head and shit. And he done took some beatings from Fury. But this fight with Big Bang Yang, one of the biggest things in boxing, in fighting in general, is no matter what you do, if you are in the middle of a fight, you in the middle of a firefight, do not turn your back to your opponent. Because the moment you turn is the moment you fucked up. And that's exactly what he did. This dude turned around. He got punched so fucking hard. I thought he thought it was like a legal punch. So he turned to the referee and he's like, yo, like, hey man, like what the fuck? He looking this way. Big Bang Yang right behind him. He come around and sneak him with one, lay him out, spinning stupid ass around. He did beat the count. I'll give him that. He beat the count. But when he told him to walk forward, that motherfucker had the Bambi legs, man. Wilder got knocked smooth the fuck out. I was really hoping he could beat Big Bang Yang just off the age and how he looked against Joshua Parker. And like I said on the last one, was that Big Bang Yang looked better than Wilder did versus Parker, and that's what I was basing this fight off of. I really thought that Wilder would be able to pull it off and knock him out, but even when the times that he did tag Big Bang Yang, which was probably like 3 or 4 times, them bitches didn't even affect him. with him being like 215 or something like that, and Big Bang Yang being 281, it was just like he was set up for failure, man. But he set himself up. He talked all this shit prior to the fight, said he's back. Like I said, he said some weird shit. He said that he want to see him have a seizure. He want to see Big Bang Yang have a seizure. Then he said, "I want to see this man's eyes roll to the back of his head like he having sex." And I'm like, when you say shit like that, it remind me of the whole Mike Tyson thing when he was talking about eating Lennox Lewis heart and shit. Once you say some nutball shit like that, you most bound to get your ass whooped. And like I said, Wilder just couldn't back it up, man. After the fight, he didn't stay around to do no interview. They went to the back. He got up in his car and they went back to the hotel, man, and I guess flew out. I ain't been stalking his page or nothing, but I haven't seen anything pop up with him explaining where he stands at, which he doesn't owe that to the fans. He just needs to come to reality. Dog, it's over with, man. After them two fights with Fury, after he got knocked smooth the fuck out, after that second one, when he said he don't respect him and he was coming out with any and every excuse to make it seem like Fury wasn't better than him, I just think that he's been fucked up, man. I think he still got love for boxing, but once you start getting to a certain age and you take a certain amount of ass whoopings, it's best to get away, man, because your confidence is shot. You got the media, you got the fans saying you ain't got it no more. Just like I'm saying, I believe he got it, but just with the top 5 dudes, maybe even the top 10 at this point, I think anybody in the top 10 could pretty much beat Wilder at this point. And that's coming from me being one of his biggest fans. I've been rocking with him since day one. I've always picked him, even with the Fury fights. I kept on saying all you gotta do is land one, and it just never happened. I mean, that first time when they had to draw, I felt like he lost that fight too. So I don't think he'll ever get past Fury. I don't want to see him against Usyk. I think AJ and him will be a good matchup, but the way that AJ been looking these last couple fights, I think he'll fuck around and knock Wilder smooth the fuck out the ring. So, anyways, salute to Deontay Wilder. Let me clean that up a little bit. Salute to Deontay Wilder on a hell of a career. I'll say he's in my top. As far as heavyweight go, I'll say he's a top 20 fighter in my personal boxing rankings in the heavyweight. He's in my top 20. Might be top 15 if I sit down and actually think about all the heavyweights that came before him. I think he's top 15, top 20. That's just my personal opinion. I believe if he had beat Fury both times or even knocked Fury out one of those fights, he'd have been in my top 10. Just off, like I said, I like heavyweight fights. My favorite fighter is Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and them. So Joe Frazier, them all heavyweights. So hell of a career, man. He done a lot. He had the championship. He never got to be the undisputed championship. That's fine. He got 40 plus knockouts, 35 plus knockouts. You can't ask for more, man. Like I said, a great career, but just these top dudes, man, this ain't something you want to keep walking into because one of them fights can paralyze you or fucking around and give you more brain damage than you already got from taking hits, man. So yeah, man, that was the card for the week. Went 4-2, not a bad week. I just wish Wilder would have got it done in that earlier fight. It could have went either way, but old dude Ball that won. He started putting this shit together close to the end of that fight, and Champ wasn't fighting back, so he lost that belt. So overall, a great card. I like what they're doing in Saudi Arabia. The commissioner over there, he set up the official match for Bivol because this was supposed to be his fight with the Beterbiev dude, but he had to pull out due to an injury. They're gonna run it back, and they're gonna run this fight officially in October. I want to say in Saudi Arabia, so that'd be a dope matchup. As far as the heavyweight go, man, I do believe Wilder needs to retire. As far as Big Bang Yang, give him another top 5 fight. Let him fight AJ if AJ ain't got nothing going soon. If he don't want to sit around and wait for Fury and Usyk in December, give AJ Big Bang Yang and let them bang it out in like 3 or 4 months, something like that. I'm pretty sure Big Bang Yang down for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. This week we do have a before I get into that, like, share, subscribe to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast for your latest boxing updates. As far